If you're losing in Forex, you need to watch this. I'm going to be telling you my story about how I lost in Forex consistently and how I managed to turn it around. And hopefully I'm going to be able to give you some tips today about how you can turn it around so that you can start getting those payouts, those past accounts, and growth on your personal accounts. You're losing in Forex. Maybe you've lost a few trades in a row. Maybe you're down overall on the account. Maybe you've not got that payout. Maybe you failed the funded. Maybe you didn't even get past phase 1. Whatever it is, losing sucks, and I can fully appreciate that. So a little bit about my story. How many losses did I have before I actually managed to start making money in Forex? Well, let's just say it was pretty messy. In the first 2.5 years, probably 2 years, I'd say more, it was just loss after loss after loss after loss. You know, every trade of every day, of every week, of every month would end up losing, and I'd have the odd winner, and that would, you know, barely pull me back. And on my first ever Forex account, I'm pretty sure I was down like 20% or something. It was really bad. I took like 30 losses in a row, I believe, or something stupid like that. I didn't have a single winner in 3 months. 3 months or something crazy like that. I did not win a single trade. You know, I would have had more luck if I just flipped a coin and 50-50'd it. I probably would have made more money. And, you know, it's the most demoralizing thing where, you know, you put all this time into back testing, into your, you know, your analysis, your strategy. You spend 10 minutes marking a setup up and it loses, you know, and not just, you know, a little tap of the stop loss, you brutally get stopped. And it gives you fear of entry. It makes you not want to enter or hold trades, because if you get a little bit of profit, you're scared it's going to reverse on you. And it's really bad. You know, I hated it, you know, and I still have losses from time to time. As you would have seen in a previous video, I ended up losing 3 months of profit, or about 10%, accidentally trading CPI. So it still happens, but luckily overall now I normally win more trades than I lose, which is very good. So if you're also losing like I was, and you know, it's very common, you think how many traders fail in Forex. So, you know, if you're losing, the first thing I want you to think is there is nothing to be ashamed about. Everyone loses. And I'm not just talking about, you know, new beginners. Every single, you know, trader loses. You know, they might not lose often if they're really good, but every trader loses at some point, because realistically, if you had an 100% win rate strategy, you would be a billionaire, and, you know, you wouldn't even be worrying about money. So the first thing I want you to understand is A, it's normal to lose at the start of trading, and it's normal to lose a lot, and B, everyone loses. So you're never going to be able to eliminate these losses out of your trading. You just want them to be as few as possible. That's kind of like the psychology side of it. But how did I actually get myself out of losing and start to turn my accounts around? So the first thing I did was, of course, look at my strategy. The amount I was losing was not normal for someone that had been trading, bearing in mind, for 2 years. 2 years I'd been trading, and I'd lost 30 trades in a row, and I hadn't won a trade for months. So I did something that I wouldn't recommend normally, but I changed my strategy, and I didn't just tweak it, I completely changed it. So I went from trading SMC and ICT stuff, and now I've gone to a more structural based strategy that I've sort of, you know, not created, but adapted myself using other things. And it's completely different to how I used to trade. But I can say now for sure that my win rate has, you know, doubled. It's so much better now. I win far more trades, and it was actually the start of where I began to make money. You know, it was when I changed my strategy. Of course, I lost at the start because it was a new strategy, but the more I adapted it, the more I improved it, the more money and the more wins I started to have. So if you are losing consistently like that 4 months and you've been trading 4 years, sometimes changing your trading strategy is a really good thing to do. I wouldn't normally recommend it, but in extreme circumstances like this, I would recommend it. And if you want to know more about my trading strategy, a little plug, you know, feel free to check out the Telegram in the description. It's super cheap. I didn't want to charge you guys a lot for it. But yeah, I think it's got a lot of value in there. So if you want to, you know, check out the Telegram, feel free to, and I'll see you in there. So the next thing I did is I needed to identify my key big mistake. Now, when looking at the charts and really looking at my losers, which you have to do. You have to journal and you have to go through and see why each trade lost. I started to see a pattern. I started to see that I would end up shorting in uptrends and longing in downtrends. Now, this was because I was using, stupid higher time frame, lower time frame analysis, and I basically ended up on the wrong side of higher time frame structure. So I was shorting on the 5 minute or the 1 minute, and it was actually bullish on the hour, the 30 minute, or the 4 hour. So I was always basically trying to catch the reversal, and of course that's never going to work. So I had to adapt this. I had to try and basically stay with the trend, and this is where my structure strategy started to take place, because now I was only focusing on structure, and when I started getting the direction right, the entries were a lot easier. And to be honest, they didn't have to be that good, because if you get the right direction, as long as your entry is somewhat decent, you're going to make the profit. So when I actually started following the trend by going to a different time frame, so I went to the 15, and I only stick on the 15 because it's a nice blend of higher time frames and lower time frames. Once I did that, again, my win rate drastically improved. So far, you need to find and identify a key issue. So for mine, it was trying to catch reversals. You can change your strategy completely if you really, really need to. The next thing that I would recommend is a break. Now, this may seem counterintuitive. If you want to fix your trading, how is a break going to help? Well, I can tell you for a fact, after losing 30 trades in a row, I very nearly wanted to quit. I was very exhausted and drained and mentally drained from taking all these losses. And believe me, it does take a toll. And so I needed a step away, reset, clear my mind, and in that step away, backtest my new strategy and really fix and find out what was going wrong with my trading. So this mental step away from the live markets, I think I took like a month off or something like that. And this month off really, really helped me refresh. I came in with a new attitude, a new mindset, and I was a lot more positive to actually start trading. So those are the things that I did to fix my losing streaks and to fix me being a losing trader. Now, hopefully, a lot of you guys didn't end up in as bad of a position as I was. But if you are, try these things. It might help you. It helped me personally. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one. See you then. Peace.